welcome back to James River Kids. We are here today in the Wild, Wild West.
And because we're in the Wild West, we're gonna be doing a Wild West competition today. We are gonna be making some wanted posters. I'm gonna be making a wanted poster for Kyle, and Kyle's gonna be making a wanted poster for me. And then we're gonna bring a judge, and he's gonna tell us who did the best. Are you ready, Kyle?
Oh, let's get to it.
All right, here we go. All right, friends, now before we reveal what we drew today, we are talking all about the life of Moses, or we like to call him Cowboy Mo.
That's right, and we got a couple compadres that are gonna tell us all about it. Get ready.
Howdy there, Tex-Rex. Where y'all been? We're about ready for campfire tales.
Well, hey, howdy. You know, I've been out wrangling prairie dogs all day long, but I've been waiting for this moment right here.
Well, we got a good team of cowboys and cowgirls tonight. What story do you want to hear? We could tell Pecos Bill and the Tornado, or even Wyatt Slurp and the Okie Dokie Corral.
Oh, you know, Roscoe, I was thinking we can go way back to a real old Western.
An old Western, huh? Well, I could tell you the one of Cowboy Mo.
Woo, Mo, wee doggy. Now that is a good one right there.
Woo. Well, all righty then, y'all settle down. I'm gonna tell you the story of Mo. Now this here story goes way back. Back when Mo was nothing but a little mutton buster. Nope, little farther. Little farther. All right, there you go. You see, Mo, he was part of a special family. As a matter of fact, God's chosen family, and they were called the Israelites. You may have heard of some of them before. Abraham, he was a great-great-great-grandpappy, and then there's old little Joe. That's another story. But by the time Moses came along, the Israelites were in a whole heap of trouble.
Were they up against stampede buffaloes or the Great Dust Bowl?
Nope, their trouble was a lousy, rotten, no good sheriff.
Oh, no! Yeah, I bet that there sheriff, he had a pet tornado and sick 'em all people, sheep and cows, and suck 'em all up.
Well, that would be something, but not exactly, cowboy. You see, this sheriff, he was actually a little scared of the Israelites. He thought they were getting too big for their britches, and there's too many of them. So he did a couple of things. First, he made them all work for free in the fields and in the gold mines. That weren't enough for him. And next, that sheriff, he done come up with a plan to get rid of all the baby boys for good.
Wait a minute, what about Mo? He's a baby boy. Mo gonna get got. Run, Mo, run!
Oh, wait, now. Hold your horses now, hold your horses. That's what makes this story so good. You see, Mo's mom, she loved that boy, and she knew there was something special about him. Not only that, she's sharper than a cactus. So she came up with a plan to rescue baby Mo.
Oh, I bet she grabbed her pet rattler, rode him down the sheriff's cap, knocked on that door, grabbed him, and took him like a tumbleweed.
Well, that's quite an imagination. But no, Mo's mom, she came up with a different plan to protect their boy. She made a basket for him, and she placed him in the river.
The river, tarnation, that kid never gonna survive. Crocodilators and buffopotamuses, plus dangerous rocks and waterfalls. It's too dangerous.
You know, you're absolutely right.
Well, this might be just the worst story I ever heard. Nasty old sheriff, boy named Mo, a river, and he gonna get ate by a buffopotamus. The end.
Well, that would be a right awful story if that was the ending, but you're actually forgetting the most important person in this whole story. God. God himself was watching over baby Mo. So God looked after him, and when he put him in the river, he watched him as he wandered on down, and then you wouldn't guess who found him.
River bandits! And they turned him into a pirate, and one day he sailed back into Dodge, blew up the jailhouse, and horsewhipped that sheriff.
No, Tex, it was the sheriff's daughter. She was playing in the swimming hole one day, and she seen that little basket float on up. She opened it up, and she found baby Mo all snuggled inside, and she decided to raise him herself.
Oh no, not the sheriff's daughter. So Mo became a regular baby outlaw with his own baby pet Tornado?
Actually, Tex, you remember how Mo's ma, she loved God and she knew that he was special?
I reckon I sure do.
Well, Tex, God himself was watching out for Mo because God, he had a big old plan for his life, just like he does for all your lives.
Yeah, well, you know, God does have a plan for your life, and that is a good, big idea. And I reckon, Roscoe, this tale is getting taller and taller. We should keep going. Oh, well, looks like we need to go take care of them cows. You know, they don't feed themselves.
Well, actually, no, never mind. But you know what? You're all right. Well, it is time, though, to get things settled up. I think that's a good place to start. We'll pick up next time for more Campfire Tales with Mo.
Well, yeah! Bye-bye!
Hey friends, I absolutely love reading the story of Moses. Because when you open up your Bible and you read the entire story of Moses, you get to see how big, strong, and mighty God is. And that same God has a really big plan for your life. God had a really big plan for Moses. And God was going to use Moses to do really big things and to be a great leader. But God's plan for Moses started when he was just a tiny little baby. He protected him from Pharaoh. Moses' mom put him in a basket into the river to save Moses. And of all of the people that could find Moses, it was Pharaoh's daughter. And this was a good thing because Moses would be raised by Pharaoh's daughter, and God would use that time to prepare Moses for all of the things that were gonna come. Just like God had a plan for Moses, he has a plan for you and I today. Have you ever planned something before? Maybe you helped plan a vacation with your parents, or you planned a day filled with fun things, or maybe you just planned a meal, a dinner that you were really excited for. Well, I want to take a minute and I want to plan a dream trip with you. All right, we're going to plan the best trip ever. Now, the first thing we're going to have to plan is where to. Now, I don't know about you, but a great place to go is Disney World. So I'm going to write Disney right here. Oh, come on, that would be so much fun. Now we got to figure out how long to go. Now, I think a good amount of time is probably 1 week. So take this, write 1 week. You could do a lot in a week. Now I've got the perfect idea for how we will get there. I'm gonna put limo with really good snacks, good road trip snacks. Now what will we eat? I'm a big food person, so I'm just gonna put all my favorites: ice cream, pizza, burgers, and milkshakes. Finally, what are we gonna do? Oh, we are gonna ride some roller coasters. They've got a lot of roller coasters there, so we're gonna ride every single one. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that trip looks amazing. And just like how we plan things, guess what? God has a plan for our life. He already knows all of the details to come, and guess what? He is super excited about it. The Bible tells us that. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Before you were even born, God knew you. He knew what you would look like. He knew all of the gifts and talents you would have. He even knows what you're gonna be when you grow up. He knows all of it. But check this out. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." This is so encouraging because it tells us God's plans for our life, they're so good. So why is it so important for us to know that God has a plan for our lives? When we know that, we can trust God, trust the plan He has for us, and know that anything God has planned for us is better than anything we could come up with ourselves. We know that God's plan is always the best plan. And we know that we can trust God even when something happens that we weren't expecting or planning, because we know that God is going to take very good care of us, just like He took care of Moses. So today, I want you to take a moment and I want you to thank God for the mighty and big plans that He already has planned for your life, and ask Him to help you trust in that plan every single day.
Welcome back, y'all. All right, it is time to judge. And we didn't just bring in any judge, we brought in a special guest judge who is the sheriff of these parts. Give it up for Sheriff Nate.
Well, howdy, James River kids. I'm excited to be here today. We're gonna be judging the wanted posters of Kyle and Jaden. I'm excited. Let's check them out. Jaden, let's reveal your poster first. And Kyle, tell us what you think.
All right, I've got wanted Kyle Hall for planting cactuses everywhere without proper permits.
Do I have a mustache?
And it's
My goodness. Did me justice. I can't
I
grow
know.
a mustache.
He definitely does not have a mustache. Can we just get a close-up shot on his real mustache? Because pull out the magnifying glass.
reward is $10,000, and you also get 2 of the cacti he planted.
Oh.
All right, we have seen Jaden's wanted poster. Now, Kyle, can you show us what you drew for Jaden?
All right, let's look. This is Jaden, and she is wanted for boarding a train with the wrong ticket. And her reward, 1 million buckaroos.
Why is my skin orange?
I have so many
I
questions.
look like an elf. I have pointy ears.
You know, my pappy would say she looks like an orange that sat out in the Texas sun for a little bit too long. You know what I mean?
Huh?
Not an accurate representation, let me just say that. I don't know what Kyle was doing. Why is she mad? But Kyle's over here smiling with his stash and buck teeth.
Well,
All right, well, taking a look at these 2 posters, there's some good, there's some not so good, but as we're looking at this one right here, you know, look at the picture here. If we just compare these 2 faces, I would never catch Jaden if I had to look at this picture and try to find her in real life. That is never leading me to the suspect. But overall, I can tell Kyle really put forth some good effort. All right here we have the wanted poster that Jaden drew, and you know what? I can really tell that it was done with excellence. But you know, we're gonna start with the not so good first. You know, if you've ever seen a wanted poster, it's usually just the face, because you're not gonna tell the person by the cacti that's standing next to him. I love the detail. Hopefully Kyle never changes when he's on the run. That way you know that it's the exact same shirt. But you know what? The artwork is very well. If I were to compare these 2, if you could just smile for me, if you could just smile. Pretty similar. She was pretty gracious on the mustache. All in all, I can tell that this here feller is Kyle C. Hall. And the winner of the Wanted Poster Challenge is Miss Jaden Richards right here, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a big round of applause.
yeah, that was so fun.
All right, boys and girls, it's time to boot, scoot, boogie on out of here. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.